And good evening, everyone. We are developing IPASS, a non-invasive medical device for the assessment of intracranial pressure, an important parameter in traumatic brain injury. Now, we first became interested in traumatic brain injury due to the military need, but TBI is also common in civilian populations due to sports injuries, accidents, and falls, with one occurring in the US every 15 seconds. But surprisingly, only about 2% of these will be monitored for the most critical indicator of severe TBI, elevated intracranial pressure. Intracranial pressure, or ICP, can increase after TBI due to swelling or bleeding in the fixed space within the skull. Now, this elevated pressure is not just a symptom, but it is itself a problem. And left unchecked, increased ICP causes secondary brain damage, which worsens patient condition and may be fatal. Prompt detection and intervention can save lives. But today, measurement of ICP requires drilling a hole in the skull and is therefore limited in use to only the most critical patients, those who are already in a coma. The IPASS can assess and monitor ICP non-invasively. As shown here, the portable device is easy to use in or out of the hospital. It consists of a small handheld monitor and disposable sensor sets that are replaced for each new patient. The sensors use near-infrared light to measure blood volume oscillations, both inside and outside of the brain, with changes correlated to ICP levels. This assessment can be done rapidly and repeatedly for continuous monitoring. And IPASS provides a capability that is not currently clinically available. The IPASS technology has been developed with over $8 million in government funding, and there are both issued and pending patents. A pre-submission meeting with the FDA has confirmed the de novo 510K pathway to market. The clinical data acquisition systems, like the one shown, have been deployed at 7 major academic medical centers and used to collect data for algorithm development. Based on what we learned, we recently redesigned the forehead sensor to penetrate the skull and have proven the design in tests on healthy human subjects in a tilt table to alter their ICP. We are now preparing to return to the clinic with the revised system to collect additional pilot data. Based on our customer discovery interviews, we believe IPASS will find use in several market segments, including for EMS crews and ambulances, in emergency departments, and inside the hospital for cases where invasive monitoring is not justified or is contraindicated. Importantly, we do not seek to replace invasive ICP monitors, but rather we want to address the large number of cases currently not being monitored. We project that monitor and sensor sales will reach $200 million annually. We have a complete team for IPASS development and commercialization. Leading our algorithm development is Dr. Michele Piero, who did his PhD at Tufts University, specifically on application of near-infrared sensing to the brain. Our clinical collaborators include leading experts in the management of elevated ICP and TBI. CranioSense was formed to commercialize the IPASS device and has licensed the technology from Vivonix, which did the government-funded development. We are currently pursuing private investment to provide the remaining $14 million required to complete development and obtain FDA clearance. An initial seed round of $1 million will provide the clinical data to demonstrate correlation and attract the additional investment. I thank you for your attention, and I'd be happy to take questions.